The Avowed director once promised long-term support, DLC, devotion to their precious masterpiece. But for these people, the games they develop, wait, that's dead naming. Let's call them by the name these developers consider them to be. The corporate products they manufacture are just a scribble on their resume, a stepping stone to next product. Nobody working on Avowed really cared for it. If Obsidian shut down tomorrow and the talented segment of the dev team formed a studio to make the game they wanted to, that studio wouldn't include the decision makers on Avowed, who turned the gritty, dark fantasy original trailer into real houseplants of San Francisco, and that studio would not be making a game that looks anything like Avowed. You can tell when dissatisfied employees leave a company because they are angry with the new direction. The likes of Rebel Wolves, who left the new CD Projekt Red when they became a studio that openly and proudly spoke about how they hire based solely on gender and race. A studio where only one opinion is allowed to ensure safety. Rebel Wolves is making a game that looks like The Witcher, Dawnwalker. While CD Projekt Red is making Witcher 4 and the Witcher TV show that wants to look more like She-Ra and Steven Universe. It has not been a rare thing for studios who built respect over decades to see huge portions of long-term creators leave or get pushed out. Suddenly, half their staff has never made a game before, because they were all hired based on a DEI checklist. You end up with Ass Creed, Crazy Cat Ladies, Avowed, Kill the Justice League, Dragonflight, Saints Row. Those talented devs go form their own studio, much to the anger of journalists who genuinely expected that if their beloved corporation got rid of you, that you would just go die somewhere rather than keep making games you love. Those small studios face huge hurdles, largely funding, but some of the most promising AA projects in the future come from devs who lack money but have plenty of passion. And those developers, those devs have my full support. If anything is ever questioning my journalistic bias, I want to make it clear. Yes, I am biased. I don't like AAA studios. Meanwhile, the locusts who came into these studios, changed the studio culture, decided that long-running franchises or studios needed to drastically change and subsequently tank the studio and cause hundreds to thousands of people to lose their jobs. These locusts in charge only ever fail up to the next studio until they tank it too. But what does this mean for Avowed? The breakout hit from Microsoft Studios that sold over 1 million activations on Game Pass. Well, there was a March roadmap incoming that was pushed back to April, and then finally 3 weeks ago, it was pushed to 2 weeks ago. And today we know that it is totally coming. They have been coached by Big Brother Blizzard on how to do a soon TM. But wait no longer. For 1 week from now, we will be covering the roadmap that will be released in a month from a week. And it is finally here. Oh boy. Let's see what this roadmap entails, other than the standard quality of life patch notes, stuff that every single game does. Obsidian has released a roadmap for Avowed, just in time for you to finish up Clair Obscur and Oblivion. Alright, strong choice when talking about barely mid-corporate swill to bring up a genre-defining masterpiece made by 32 people and a dog, as well as the return of a 20-year-old game that holds up better than most games made today. The studio has revealed what players can look forward to in the Living Lands and what's coming next. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So excited. Hit me with it. Give me the info. I can't wait another second. A new continent full of intrigue. New factions with their own immersive storylines. A super dungeon to test your mettle on. An ever-shifting procedural challenge mode for stronger loot and exciting encounters. New boss battles with engaging mechanics. Let's go, Avowed. You're starting to make me believe. I'm matrixing directly into the game. I'm so immersed right now. Much of the new content. Oh, they use the word new. It's new. New content. We have never been so back, baby. Deals with quality of life efforts. We have never been so flaccid, baby. Like a manatee in June. Focus on implementing more content for those who have completed their adventure. Okay, it was a psych out. They're playing games with us, boys. More content. More is always good. Give me that more. We are a capitalist society, and more means good. All right, let's take a look. We have multiple stages here. This is going to be amazing. May 2025. It is focused on fog of war improvements, map exploration, increased gold and crafting materials, unique gear. So it's just fixing the game? Where's the new? Keyboard and mouse support. Power attacks for weapons that didn't have it. So things that should have been there at launch. All right, losing interest. Arachnophobia mode. Jesus. The spiders mode being in everything is truly a sign of where games development is. A modern Silent Hill game will have the option to turn everything scary in it into candy bars and ice cream. The only thing surprising is that Avowed didn't have spiders mode day one. Okay, well that's May. Like, May is pretty soon. They had just enough time for a bit of tweaking. The long-term roadmap is where the real maiden potatoes are. Summer 2025, that's good. Summer is long, like at least a quarter of a year. An update plan to improve cooking and crafting, NPC behaviors, active and passive abilities, unique weapons and armor, and custom map markers. Sweet Lord of Mercy, this is even less than a bare minimum patch. We have been waiting since March for the roadmap, and this is the best you got? Just more fixing the state of the game? Was it at launch? Alright, look, just like Bioware developers like to say, you need to cook longer to make greatness. Which, according to them, is why Clair Obscur was a success. When it was given the near infinity plus one long 5 years to make 2025's Game of the Year, well, Veilguard was destined to fail. When they were only given a measly $200 million and only 10 years of development. Fall 2025, you are our only hope. This fall, the Avowed community will finally be treated. Okay, there we go, treated. You don't use that term lightly. To an NG Plus feature, they used it lightly. Along with new weapon types, the ability to change appearances, new character presets, photo mode, it is nothing but quality of life and some gimmicks like photo mode. But hey, don't let a hater draw your conclusions for you. Let's see how the modern audience has responded to the roadmap. How excited are they for the future? SteamDB? Did it hit 10,000? 100,000? Is this the return to form we were all waiting for? Ooh, 650. Well, surely we'll get thousands flocking over once photo mode drops, excited to get the best side of their gender-ambiguous broccoli modeled for the world to see. Surely Avowed is going to make good on that future DLC, and is not just on a skeleton crew putting out fires. Are you going to keep waiting for this DLC? The anticipation is as exciting as that wait for the Redfall DLC that we even paid for with the launch season pass. But hey, at least we know in the Beyond, it will get some language localizations for the 20 people in foreign markets waiting for it. Frankly, we should all put our hopes for this game in that category. The Beyond. Because that's Avowed's future, present, and past. If the director of this game has no faith in Avowed, why should anyone else? But what do you think? Is this more stringing people along just like with Redfall before they cut it loose? Or is there a real desire to turn this game around like we had with No Man's Sky? That really is a difference between a game manufactured by a corporation and a game developed by gamers. Microsoft has more money than God. They could easily fund fixing all the games they make, but they won't. Because these are Game Pass quality games meant to fill a store and give the illusion that their service is worth paying for. Let us know with a comment below how you feel about developers either supporting or abandoning their games.